Rian Johnson defends the missing Knights of Ren in Episode 8. Rian Johnson has been on a bit of a press tour over the past few weeks defending some of his more controversial decisions in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Though he's been pretty even-tempered when talking about fan criticisms of the film, he also has been known to lay the smack down on an internet troll or two. One instance we saw last week was when he referenced the Jedi Path Star Wars encyclopedia to destroy a bunch of trolls who questioned Luke Skywalker's use of the doppelganger force ability in the battle with Kylo Ren on Crate. Oh, they'll need to spend at least a few weeks in a bacta-suit to heal from that burn. Oh! Besides lighting up the internet like a troll-filled Death Star, Rajan also addressed why the heck Kylo Ren's Kylo friends, the Knights of Ren, weren't in Episode 8. To catch you up, the Knights of Ren are mainly known as Kylo Ren's good friends / running buddies. Even though the only screen time they got was in a brief moment during Rey's Force flashback in Episode 7, they've developed a pretty big internet following. Besides the previously mentioned Kylo friendship and it being heavily hinted in Episode 8 that they were the Jedi in training that helped Kylo destroy Luke's temple, we actually know next to nothing about them. They're like Boba Fett if there were 7 of him and they weren't currently inside the Sarlacc's stomach. Yes, we know that Boba Fett's character was fleshed out a little in Attack of the Clones. The joke is still solid, guys. When asked about the Knights of Ren's absence in an interview with the Empire podcast, Rai said, "I guess I could have used them in place of the Praetorian Guards, but then it would feel like wasting them because all of those guards had to die." He continued, "If Kylo had some kind of connection to them, it would have added a complication that wouldn't have helped the scene. Truth is, I just didn't see a place for them in the movie." That actually makes a lot of sense. Unless you wanted to see the Knights of Ren get absolutely destroyed by Rey and Kylo halfway through Episode 8, it's probably for the best that they sat this one out. So, with the Knights of Ren being a virtual non-issue in Episode 8, that puts a lot of pressure for JJ to include them somewhere in Episode 9. But what would a Knights of Ren appearance look like in Episode 9? Well, the brief scene we saw of the Knights of Ren and Rey's Force flashback in Episode 7 may not have been a flashback at all, folks. It could have been a flash forward. One of the scenes shown in Rey's vision was of her future battle with Kylo Ren on Starkiller Base, so it wouldn't be a huge jump to assume that the Knights of Ren scene also took place at some point in the future. The only moment from Rey's Force flashback that we've yet to see referenced again in a subsequent Star Wars film is the Knights of Ren group shot. We had previously assumed that the Knights of Ren in Rey's Force vision was a flashback to the destruction of the Jedi Temple, but as we saw in The Last Jedi, the end of Luke's Jedi school happened a bit differently when he went to kill Kylo Ren. So it's possible that scene with the Knights of Ren may take place in a future film. One way we might see the Knights appear in Episode 9 would be for Kylo to call upon them to help hunt down the Resistance. After his beatdown from Luke, plus the partial destruction of the First Order fleet, he's going to need all the help he can get, poor guy. Now, this is all speculation, but if that is the case, that moment seen in Episode 7 could resurface in Episode 9, showing us not just the Knights of Ren working as a collective unit, but also giving us a sneak peek at Kylo's cool new helmet. But what do you think? Did you want to see the Knights of Ren in Episode 8? Do you think they'll make an appearance in Episode 9? Or do you think they're all hanging out in the Sarlacc's stomach with their new friend Boba Fett? Let's discuss. Be sure to like and subscribe. And hey, do you wish Nerdist had one of those roundtable shows where 4 intelligent people debate the finer points of pop culture in a humorous and insightful setting? So do we. But until we get that show going, why don't you watch Nerdist News Talks Back? It's our daily show where we break down the latest in entertainment, and you can catch it every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific.